Hi guys, it's me, Big Rick, and today we're going to talk about Undisputed, starring Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. But before we begin, please hit the like icon down below. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and will help my channel grow. And if you like what you are hearing, please also subscribe to my channel. Now, hit the intro. All right, so we're back. And now, the reason I want to talk about Undisputed with Shannon and Skip is because I feel like these talk shows that are supposed to cover sports are getting really lazy, and especially with Undisputed, because I can guarantee you I have not watched it in over a week, but the last time I watched the show, it was literally 1 week straight of nothing but LeBron James is the GOAT from Shannon, because that's all he wants to talk about is LeBron James and the LA Lakers and how they're going to win a title. Um, and then you got Skip Bayless talking about his Cowboys all the time. You also got him talking about how Tom Brady is the GOAT, no matter what he does, even though he did not play all that great against the Patriots. He probably named him the GOAT that day, too. Um, they don't really cover any other sports besides basketball and football. You don't hear them talk about baseball. You don't hear them talk about hockey. You don't hear them talk about golf. You don't hear them talk about tennis. You don't, unless there's something crazy happening in that sport, you don't hear them covering it. And there's a lot that happen in other sports that they don't cover. And I understand maybe they stay away from hockey because hockey, you really have to be passionate about it, and it doesn't have maybe the ratings that other sports has. But at least baseball, I mean, cover that a little bit. There's very little of it, and so much happened this year. I mean, how many no hitters were thrown and all that, and nothing was covered. Uh, but I just feel like it's time for them to part ways. Now, the problem is that FS1 basically signed Skip Bayless to a $32 million contract. I think it's a 4 year contract or 5 years. Is that for 5 years? Oh, no, that's talking about when they split up. I think it's 4 years that he signed. So it's about $8 million a year he's going to be making, right? So FS1 is locked in with him. But Shannon Sharp, on the other hand, is going to be a free agent coming this summer. So should Shannon Sharp re-up his deal? Especially now that a lot of these networks are actually not paying as much as they would before. Like Fox apparently is cutting down on how much they're paying people and stuff like that. So he might not get as big as a deal as Skip Bayless. I honestly think that Shannon Sharp would be awesome as an NFL commentator on NBC or CBS or something like that. I would love to hear his thoughts on a football game. I think he knows the game in and out. I think he's being wasted talking every day about LeBron James and the Cowboys when he can be sharing his knowledge about a game while the game is going on. So that to me, uh, for me, if I was him, I would walk. And they go into if he were not to sign and walk, what would happen? They would try to get Emmanuel Acho to join and leave his show Speak for Yourself, which he does with Marcellus Wiley, which I disagree. I don't think Emmanuel Acho, even though he will get paid a lot more than he's probably getting paid now, I would not walk away from Speak for Yourself because that show is probably one of the better ones. They know how to debate. They respect each other. There's no yelling back and forth. It's just good talk and good debating. I like that show. I would leave it alone. Um, Find somebody else for Skip to yell at and act stupid with. And I mean, they already have plans for Skip anyway if it doesn't work out, because apparently they have this idea where they're going to do a courtroom show with Skip Bayless, and it's a judge show where he does some type of debating. They really don't go into the specifics of what the show is. It's just a courtroom sports show, which I think is going to flop. I think it's going to be a joke. It's going to be pathetic. But this is something they brought up as a solo gig just for him. So if Shannon walks and they can't find a replacement, expect to see Skip doing some type of solo show. Now, if you look at the ratings of what happened with Stephen A. Smith and after Max Kellerman left, you can see First Take drop down to this. And Stephen A., to me, Stephen A. and Skip Bayless belong together because they are both the same personality and they clash together the same. They just like to yell at each other. And if you want to hear two people yelling at each other back and forth all day, put these two together on a show. I know they're on different networks, but I mean, make a trade or something. I don't know if you can do that. But these two guys belong together. They just make no sense in their arguments, and it's just boring television. I try to look up the ratings for the Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp show, but it wouldn't give me a detailed breakdown of it, just like how I found over there with ESPN. But for FS1, this is their ratings compared to ESPN. ESPN is way ahead of them. They're barely ahead of NFL Network. So maybe losing Shannon and Skip would hurt them significantly and make them drop probably down to third, maybe a fourth or fifth. Who knows? But I would like to say I like Max Kellerman. I thought he was a really good commentator. And he did the best he could with Stephen A., but you could tell that something was not right with them. And he moved on, and he's doing a better job with the Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max show. He replaced someone on that show. I can't think of the guy's name because I remember I used to see this show with Keyshawn Johnson and Jay Williams. And I used to go, man, I would love to watch the show. But that one guy who hosts the show, he keeps making these stupid, funny faces. And he didn't add much to the show except bringing up the topics. And he annoyed the heck out of me. So I couldn't watch the show because of him. But now that Max is on that show, I actually watch it. So finding the right combination of people to work together makes a big difference. So to me, this is a watchable show. Emmanuel Acho with Marcellus Wiley is a watchable show. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, they have run their course. It's the same recycled thing every day. That's how I feel. Let me know in the comments below how you feel. Do you think that I'm overreacting? Do you think they have a good show? What show do you watch for your sports? Or do you watch any of them? Do you even think this format even works anymore? Is it outdated? Just let me know what you think down below. And that's all I have for today. So I'm out. Run the outro.